Hey y'all, so today is Money Monday, and you already know I'm back with another financial literacy topic. I actually want to talk about something that literally happened to me on last week. So I was like, I'm going to be a little transparent with the people today, let y'all know more about my financial journey so I can help you out as well. But before I get started, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hey y'all, I just released my first financial literacy ebook, How I Became Debt Free in 22 Months. This is an easy, educational, and encouraging guide. I want you to check it out. It's only $5. Look in the link in the description box below and click that button. All right, y'all. So last week, actually, maybe this started in February. So my granddad's birthday came about, and I wanted to send him, a cute little birthday meal from Uber Eats. Listen, y'all, when I'm too lazy to get my card out of my purse, I'll just use my PayPal account because your PayPal account is linked to your most current card, right? Or so I thought. So I'm like, okay, I don't feel like going in my purse to get my card. I'll just, pay via PayPal because it'll still come out, the same way. So I did that. I ordered him a meal, and then I did a drink and some other stuff. It was his birthday, so I was trying to do it big for him. And I noticed a few days later, I got an alert saying that the PayPal card or something didn't work. And I was thinking, why wouldn't it have worked? So I went into PayPal and I, made sure my current card was on there. And it was on there, but it wasn't the primary card. It was linked to another card that I don't use. So I'm like, okay, let me switch it to my primary card and it should, circle back around and take the payment out of there. Or at least that's what I thought, y'all. So, time goes on. And I remember thinking to myself, I hope it didn't overdraft that account or something, but I don't think that it would have because I put the correct card on there. And that was just me. So here's a pro tip. Don't be lazy. Double check these things, make sure that what's supposed to come out of this account actually comes out of this account. And I didn't do that. I had a lot going on. I was like, you know what? It'll work itself out. But you should not do that with money, okay? As somebody who is debt free, girl, you know better. What was you thinking? So I didn't notice, anything out of the ordinary on, my current account once I changed it, to the correct PayPal card. Didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. I didn't think to go, or I actually did think to go back and check the other account that it was previously linked to make sure that it didn't charge that account or anything. But I also knew that there was no money in there. So I'm like, it shouldn't be charging that account because ain't no money in there. Now, don't be like me, okay? I was being lazy. Be preventative, go digging. Really, girl, you should have went and you could have cleared this thing up so much quicker, but I didn't, okay? So I have the mail preview service where you can see your mail before it comes. So I saw a little letter in the mail from that bank that my PayPal account was previously linked to. Now, I haven't really used that account probably since last year, so I know they shouldn't be mailing me anything. So I was like, oh Lord, I already knew what had happened. What had happened was it did charge that account, right? So I immediately logged into the mobile banking and I saw, it was ACH return payment after return payment. It was overdraft protection this to the tune of $134. I was like, girl, what? Are you freaking serious? So you already know, I immediately called the bank and I'm like, hey, I think I know what happened. My PayPal account was linked to this card. It shouldn't have been. I thought I cleared it up. I see some ACH return payments, which is basically the bank charging you via ACH because they get a fee, assessed to them when a payment is returned. So they kind of put that fee on you. And I saw the overdraft, protection charge or whatever. So I was like, can you help me to kind of clear this up, sis? Can you, resolve some of these payments? Because if you don't know, listen, from back in the day when I was horrible with my money, I learned that, you have a few freebies basically a year that they will, take some of those things off and you won't have to pay them. I know that it's been a long time since I had to use any of that, so I figured, they'd be able to kind of get the account right. Like, I knew that it wouldn't be to $0. I knew that I was going to have to pay something. So she was able, to return like half of the ACH payments, as well as the overdraft protection, and that brought my balance from like 134-ish to like $84. So I just transferred, the money into that account, and I got it squared away. Now, some time ago, y'all already know I follow like the Ramsey crew, and I remember them talking about, get that overdraft taken off. That only helps the bank. Like, it's not really like protection. Like, it doesn't really help you. But I was like, I don't need to worry about that stuff because I'm debt free and I know what I'm doing, right? And it kind of got me back to thinking like, girl, take that overdraft protection off. Listen, if the money ain't in there, I don't want you to help me out by, paying it for me. No, ma'am. I want you to deny the payment. So immediately I was like, she got my account, cleared up, and I was going to transfer the money over. I said, can you please take off that overdraft protection? And she was like, yeah, that's something that we automatically, enroll our members in, blah, blah, blah. So I can definitely take that off for you. So if something like this were to happen again, then, the payment just wouldn't go through. Now, the ACH, like return payment, like that's automatic. Like that they can't, like do anything about that. But, my advice to y'all is like, take that overdraft protection off. I don't know about you, but just like I said, listen, if something happens like this again and the payment ain't in there, don't help me out. Return it to them and let them know, hey, payment is declined. That's the only time like I want to hear a decline. When something's going through that I ain't expecting because it's connected to the wrong card, I want that sucker decline. So I'm encouraging y'all to do the same thing. Take off that overdraft protection. It's really just a mechanism for the bank. It's not really so much to help you. Of course, we want to make sure that we are budgeting correctly, right? So you already know, I feel like I'm a pro budgeter, but this was just one of those things that happened that I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this really happening to me? Also, when you are budgeting, make sure that you put in a miscellaneous fund. That is so, so important. So that's something that I've kind of gotten used to, because things like this pop up and you want to make sure, that you can cover it. Of course, you can always pull from certain places, but as you're kind of creeping up on when you're going to get paid, those funds may just not be, where they were before. So you may not have many options to pull from. So make sure that you have your miscellaneous fund. I typically like to keep half in cash and then half just in my bank account. Like with this, I was just able to transfer the money over. But it is so important that you have, just that little rainy day fund built in your budget every single month, because things like this, they pop up. Of course, I wasn't expecting this. It wasn't like a whole lot of money, I had it, but it definitely nonetheless was unexpected. So make sure that you always plan for the unexpected by having a miscellaneous fund. And another thing, did y'all see that I just dropped my first financial literacy ebook, How I Got Out of Debt in 22 Months? Listen, I want y'all to check that out. The link is in the description box below. It's only $5. If this video blessed your spirit, if any of my videos have just provided some type of education for you, support your girl by clicking the link in my description box below. And hey, this video is over, but you can click on this playlist here to learn more about Money Mondays and my financial journey. Bye.